The next step is understanding your unique value proposition. Basically, what can you offer your readers or your followers that no one else can? Or maybe that someone else can. I'll get to that in a minute. Think about your blurb. So you've published a book or you've written a book. How are you describing that book to other people? What are you putting on your product page? What is your general elevator pitch for that book or for that series? The details that you choose to include in a description like that should indicate some of your unique value proposition. You might include things like genre. That's a very broad value proposition. But you might also include things like specific details about the story. You might include things like what the conflict is or who the character is or the subgenre. What are those things about your book that make it unique? Conversely, what are those things about your book that don't make it unique? What are the things that people are going to find comfortable about your book? People often read the same types of books over and over and over again because they're comfortable, because they know what they're going to get, because they just know what to expect. That is just as much a value proposition as what makes your book unique. There is a reason why authors like James Patterson write the same type of book over and over and over. There's a reason why people like to rewatch the same TV shows over and over and over. It's because they find comfort in those things. So what is comfortable about your book, your series, or your brand? For example, my unique value proposition about my monster series is that it is monsters and the apocalypse. People like apocalyptic fiction, people like monsters, but I had personally never encountered a monster apocalypse before. That doesn't mean it's not out there, but it's more unique than, say, a zombie apocalypse. My monster apocalypse is my unique value proposition. Add to that the fact that I do drawings of all the monsters. That is also a unique value proposition. On the other hand, a comfort value proposition might look more like what I've done with my fairy tale series. Fairy tales set in space, so there's a little bit of uniqueness there, but I'm literally just rewriting fairy tales, and the first book in my series is just another retelling of Cinderella. It's been done 1,000 times. It's not that unique, but it is comfortable. And people who read fairy tale retellings like them because they're comfortable. They like that story and they like seeing different perspectives on it. But ultimately, they come for it because it's comfortable, not necessarily because it is unique. So the second piece that you need to figure out and you need to write down are your unique value propositions and your comfort value propositions.